government lowered its first quarter gross domestic product estimate. After the mixed economic data and before a Group of 20 nations meeting this weekend, investors said the market was largely treading water until more significant momentum develops. The consumer that traditionally carries the market isn't there in a big way right now, so we're running sideways waiting for something meaningful to happen, said Tommy Williams, president of Williams Financial Advisors. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped 64 points, or 0.6%, to 10,088 in recent trading. The Commerce Department revised down its estimate of economic growth in the first 3 months of 2010 on the back of weaker consumer demand. GDP rose at a 2.7% annual rate January through March, surprising economists who expected no revision from the second estimate of 3% made a month ago. Intel declined 2%, while Procter & Gamble slipped 1.1%, and Coca-Cola shed 1.2%. Walmart stores fell 0.9%. However, financial stocks strengthened after House and Senate lawmakers reached agreement on a landmark package of financial regulations. While the legislation will impose new capital requirements on banks and for the first time extend comprehensive regulation to the over-the-counter derivatives market, banks will be required to spin off only their riskiest swap trading operations. J.P. Morgan Chase rose 1.3% and Bank of America climbed 1%. Wells Fargo gained 0.6%. The Nasdaq Composite fell 0.3% to 2212. The Standard & Poor's 500 stock index slipped 0.3% to 1071, weighed down by its telecommunications and consumer staples sectors. Research in Motion dropped 8.3% after it reported a 20% rise in fiscal first quarter profit but didn't ship as many BlackBerrys as analysts had anticipated. Oracle, the business software giant, rose 2.9% after it reported a stronger than forecast 25% rise in fiscal fourth quarter profit. Oracle said new software license sales rose 14%. Kilobyte Home dropped 7.8% after saying that its second quarter orders tumbled 23%. American Depository shares of BP slumped 5.3% to $27.22, the lowest price in 14 years. The oil giant said total costs of cleaning the Gulf of Mexico oil spill reached $2.35 billion. Analysts at Nomura suggested that the company needs to raise money by selling stock to assure sufficient funding. The euro hovered around $1.23, trading recently at $1.2297, down from $1.23 to $5 late Thursday in New York. The dollar climbed against the euro, but slipped against the yen. The U.S. dollar index, which tracks the U.S. currency against a basket of 6 others, rose 0.1%. Demand for safe haven treasuries rose, with the 10-year note up to push yield down to 3.09%. Crude oil prices rose above $77 a barrel, while gold futures also advanced.